the second largest oil field in the world cannot be tied up in the hands of this megalomaniacal, crazy dictator with sanctions, keeping it from being developed, when we need to get that oil to drive the economy and the engine of the world, including China and India and all these huge billion-plus populations that are wanting to live with lights and some air conditioning and whatever. And, you know, he said point blank, this has got, you know, it's just a reality. It's sad it's gone on this long. I said, yeah, but, you know, can't you see we're just digging ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper into this grave and throwing this dirt back on top of ourselves? He says, yeah, well, that's true, but you have to understand these are not people who think long term. And I think a lot of them have just made the decision that we're going to stay on this course until the whole thing collapses. So it is madness. It's worse than mutual assured destruction during the ICBM face-off with the Soviet Union. Because what we're doing now is that we're doing something that is going to endanger every nation on the planet, every people, because we are totally destroying the biosphere. And if you think that the problem with the environment and the air quality and the water and the death of the oceans is a problem now, visualize 1,200,000,000 Chinese and 1 billion plus Indians in India, the subcontinent of India, beginning to try to live like we are. It can't happen. It isn't going to happen. And this is what I'm telling you. We have a system that has been set up and artificially enforced for half a century that has hijacked the human future. We need to take it back. We need, as a people, to say, this has gone on long enough, and we are going to come together, bring out the information, but also try to collectively identify the technologies and then move those out. Now, on that front, some of you have followed what we're doing with SEAS, S-E-A-S. You can go to a website, seaspower.com, seaspower.com, and it's the corporate, it's sort of under construction, but it shows you what we're doing, trying to identify people who understand these technologies. And there are a number of people who do, but they're very, very frightened. One of the people we're working with offshore recently has been seriously threatened and is in hiding right now. So the technologies that would enable someone to run their house by extracting energy out of the fabric of space-time, the so-called zero-point or quantum vacuum flux field of energy, all of you know what this is? Or familiar? Maybe, well, get on our website, you read about it. Essentially, I mean, and the conservative estimate is that every cubic centimeter of space has enough potential energy in it to run the Earth for a day. Now, I think Tesla and even all the way back to Faraday stumbled into electromagnetic phenomena where they were getting excess energy out of the space around the machine. These devices have been ruthlessly gobbled up and kept secret. Now, people say, what does this have to do with UFOs? I said, why do you think the UFOs are secret? If it was just about little gray or green or purple or chartreuse or whatever men, I don't think that'd be the issue now. Everyone accepts the fact there's a likelihood of intelligent life somewhere in the universe. I mean, even mainstream theologians at the Vatican I've met with, like Monsignor Balducci, say, I mean, come on. It would be a terrible thing if God invested all of his hopes for intelligent, conscious life on Earth. Paula was there, set that up, Paula Harris, and it was a wonderful interview. It's in the book, by the way, the disclosure book that's out there. But the truth is, those issues have some religious overtones and reasons, and there is secrecy around the sort of structure of religion. However, the big secrecy is dealing with power. It's always about power, always has been. And when you talk about something, a subject, that if it really opens up, will result in the entire world knowing that not only are we not alone in the universe, but that we already have in technology programs that are sequestered at facilities at Lockheed Skunk Works and Northrop and SAIC and E-Systems and EG&G. I can give you the whole list of the corporations up to their eyebrows in these technologies, MITRE. What you will find is that these technologies will completely change the way the world works. Because what happens when every village in Africa and India can have one of these energy generators without having to put in $1 trillion infrastructure of electric lines and power plants or pay for coal and oil to be shipped all the way around the world to run it? You will see a blossoming of the world economy and a blossoming of abundance on this planet like we have never seen in recorded history. But when that happens, the 600 million people of Europe and America will have their prowess, power prowess, the money issue, dwarfed by the peoples of India and Africa and South America and Asia. And what this means is, as REM says in their song, it's the end of the world as I know it, but I feel fine. Now, look, it will change things in a major way. This is not a trivial issue. There are massive changes that would attend the disclosure of this subject and the release of these technologies. It isn't secret because it's silly. It's secret because it has such huge ramifications. But if we stay in this death grip of secrecy we're in now, we're going to see a meltdown in our civilization, and we'll have to reboot it like a crashed computer. Now, unfortunately, I think there are some people in this group who have decided that that's the best course. And I disagree with them stringently because it's not compassionate, it's very short-sighted, and it's cruel. In the meanwhile, we have entire species of plants and animals becoming extinct every year because of the foolish way we're living on Earth. This can change. I hope you will join us. And I'm going to do a workshop where I go more in detail about these technologies and what we're doing this afternoon sometime. I'll get pushed somewhere into some room, and there will be. I never know where I'm going until I show up. But I hope that you will find a way to support what we're doing with these efforts, because I think that the scientists we have, the military people we have, the other people, they're all there ready to help, but they need support from the masses. Don't think that this is going to be a top-down thing. Paul and I were talking about this. We completely agree. Yes, I'm happy to meet with a member of the Senate or a president or a Secretary General of the UN or whoever, and they're all very interested in this stuff, believe it or not. They don't laugh. They're very interested. But they are powerful people, and they know what side their bread is buttered on. And, you know, for them to take on this military, industrial, laboratory, corporate complex that's sitting on this is a tantamount to a political suicide. Not to mention the fact they'll be pilloried in the press as Governor Moonbeam or President Stardust, or, you know, so there'll be some appellation attached to them if they even showed they had an interest in this. So vicious are the shills in the media at keeping this thing secret through ridicule. So the masses are going to have to, almost like a fractal, sort of a non-local growth of knowledge, put this stuff out, get people interested, and get people behind these efforts. Now, not just me, but many people are involved with in getting the truth out to the public. We need your help. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, and God bless you.